So in the last video we made a toolbar, and today we are going to make more data for those tools, because as it is, it would be kind of boring, so we are going to add some values to our tools to make it more fun. And as you can see, I have made a layout that displays data for every tool. So I have a mastery value, that this is basically the level of your tool. Then an experience category with two values. One is XP, the other one is max XP. Then I have also an upgrade level, which I still need to put into my layout. Like, it works, but it's not in the layout. And also energy usage, like how efficient is your tool. I have this for every tool, and it works quite nice. And the way it works is pretty simple. Let me just dig some holes. So this is a level up basically for one of your tools. I don't want this green text appear, but it's just placeholder right now. So I had a level up for my shovel. Wrong. So my mastery level is now 2, my experience is at 0 again, and my max experience that I need for the next level up is increased. Also my energy usage went down, so my tool got more efficient. So this is basically everything that happens upon leveling up, and I will show you how it's made in the event. Let's open it up. Here it is. So this is the event. It's not the most efficient way, because I have it running in parallel, which you don't need at all. I will change it up so it will be called from another event like this, and I will show you exactly when it should be called, because you don't want too much stuff on parallel in the background all the time. Yeah, let's keep it that way just for now. So the first page is basically just checking if XP is equal or greater than max XP. It's checking if you have enough XP for the level up, and then turns on a switch that activates another page basically. So this is not a good way, in my opinion, for managing those values. I mean, you can do it, especially now, since you can create your own folders inside your variable tab. But I want you to use array variables instead, which I did for fishing, for example. Let me explain what the array variable is. It's basically, you have an array variable called fishing, for example, and you can point to different values inside of fishing. Basically, you start from 0, can go up until, I guess, 99 is the max. Yes, you can go up, so you can basically have 100 values inside fishing, which is very nice. just think of it as a folder basically. You store variables inside of it and you can just choose which one you want to use. The only difficulty with it is you have a number here and you kind of need to remember which number is what. So 0 is XP, 1 is max XP, and I keep track of it in a little text document. This is not my real text document, I just made it extra big so you can see an example how I do it. This means just efficiency. Yeah, I mean for stuff where you only have like 5 values you could do normal variables, but it's cleaner if you do your tools like this, because you will have 25 variables just for your tools if you make them normal values. Yeah, and you also just need one tool in your text document, because every tool will have the same value, the same layout. Basically 0 is always XP, 1 is always max XP, 2 is always level up, and so on. So you don't need to write down every tool, you can just type in tool, for example. Yeah, and keep track of it this way. There are really great uses for array variables, which I will maybe explain for another video about a collection system, for example. Like if you want to keep track of the items that you collected, for example, and check if you have all items in the game as a little side quest. You can totally do it with arrays. So, but let's go back to the event. So you're gonna keep track of XP and max XP, and you need to check this page if you want to go for fishing, because fishing level up is activated upon reaching enough XP. And then it's just I mean what I do is like I make a little wind motion, little sound effect. Wait a second. This is very optional, like you don't need this. The important thing is checking for example the level of your stuff. In this example for the fishing rod, the first level up happens if you're level 1, so in my case agility of my main cast gets higher more and more for every level. And if you want to do something like this and you want to have a level cap, make sure you have some, maybe a sheet condition like I have here. Like this works only if the level is less than 6, so it stops at 5, how it should be. So 6 is kind of, if it goes to 6, it's the max level. I don't know if I want to keep it, but it is how it is now and it works. So now what happens after, like I get the additional agility, I want to change some values. The first one is max XP. Basically it gets increased by 5. This is just for fishing. If you have something like wood cutting or something, you can also multiply by 2, for example. Or you don't need to change it at all if you want to have the same max XP for every level. you can just leave this. And then we want to reset the XP. So your XP is 0 again. Just a few simple variable operations. Also, you want to increase, here's the increase of the level of fishing. So that the next time you will be level 2, it will go this direction. And you get 2 agility instead of 1. You could also, like I have the same operations for every level up. You could also put those things under here, under every level up, and change up those values. So maybe, I don't know, if you want to have for the first level it gets, the max XP gets increased by 5, and for the next one you want 10. You can just add it to every level up. Good. Then this one, this was efficiency, like how much energy does it cost to fish. In this case it gets reduced by 5, so your fishing gets more efficient. And in the end you want to turn off this switch again, so that your sheet, this sheet is again the active one that checks for max XP and XP. Yeah, I also have my crops also level up, but I saved this for another video. Yeah, so I mean, there is not much to it. Like I have also an tool upgrade system in place, but I don't know if I want to make a video for it because it has I use an unofficial plugin, like a it's not unofficial, but the guy who made it did not publish it yet, like this version of the plugin, so I'm waiting. If it's official, then I can make a video on it. And yeah, that's about it. So just remember, wait a minute, I need to show you how to make it more efficient. Just use no trigger execute from another event instead of repeat in parallel, and then you want to go to, yes, this is very complicated event. I will make a video, like the next video will be about this event. It's basically the plot of field where you plant your seeds, your crops grow, and you get your crops basically. Yeah, so you have basically an empty event and you're gonna dig a hole. So you're gonna use your shovel, add 1 to shovel XP, here it is. So if you have events that need tools to be executed and you're gonna increase your experience for the tool, you want to do this afterwards. Control execute common event and go to level up. This is enough. If you do this, it checks every time this event activates and your shovel XP changes. It calls the event. This way you don't need to have a parallel event, which is way better, and I'm gonna change my system up. But right now it's just, I mean, my stuff is always improving over time. I'm just doing like always quick and dirty way for my events, and then start to refine it and do revisions, and at some point it will be pretty good, and if I make a video on it, it's most likely okay. Just in this case, I found a way to make it more efficient. And yeah, I hope this video helps you, and I see you in the next one when I make a video about the actual plot of land, like you could say the bread and butter of the farming system. See you.